Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear brother and sister, ahlan sahlan wa marhaba bikum. In Arabic language, there are three fundamental bases. First is an-nahu. An-nahu means grammar. Second is as-sarf. As-sarf means morphology. And third is al-balagha. Al-balagha means eloquence. Please attention in first topic an-nahu. An-nahu means grammar. We know that in English language there are three things need to complete a sentence: subject, verb, and object. In Arabic language also need. Please look this sentence. Yaqra'u at-talibul kitab. The student is reading book. Here yaqra'u, this is verb, at-talib, this is subject, al-kitab, this is object. So verb, subject and object. These three things need to complete a sentence. This is grammatical. And second is a sorf. A sorf means morphology. Morphology means single word has its many diversity. Just like example given below, dal, ro, sin, daroso. Yadrusu, udrus, darasun, dirasetun, darrasun, yudarrisun, darasun, tadrisun, mudarrisun, madrasatun. This is morphology. And third is al-balagha. Al-balagha means eloquence. Eloquence means single word has its different uses in different sentence. This means eloquence. Today I will discuss about introduction of the an-nahu or grammar. Please let's start. Arabic grammar. First topic is an-nahu. We know that in Arabic grammar al-kalam has two parts. First is kalema. Kalema means word, and second is murakkab. Murakkab means compound. Kalema also has these three components. First is noun, second is verb. Noun in Arabic language isim, verb in Arabic language fi'l, and third is particle. Particle in Arabic grammar harf. Please attention here. We know that noun means any name. That may be person name, river name, car, and other institution. That may be and other. Isim, Ahmad, this is person name. Misron, this is country name. Kitabun, this is book. All are noun. These are isim. Second is fa'il. Fa'il means verb. To do something. Verb means to do something. Fa'il, this is verb. In English language, we know that verb is three types: present, past, and future. Just like tense, according to tense. But in Arabic language, there are also two verbs. Grossly five types of verb in Arabic language or Arabic grammar. But you can say in Arabic grammar also three type of verb. Al-Madi. Al-Madi means this is past tense. Al-Mudare, this is present tense. Al-Mustaqbil, this is pure future tense. Sometimes Al-Mudare also uses to in future tense, but pure future tense is Al-Mustaqbil. Al-Madi, Al-Mudare, Al-Mustaqbil. Additional two verb is Al-Amar. Al-Amar means order. And fifth number is an-nahi. An-nahi means prohibited to do something. I repeat that in Arabic language there are total five type of verb. Al-madi, this is past tense. Al-mudari, this is present tense, sometimes used in future tense. And third is al-mustaqbil. Al-mustaqbil means pure future tense. And fourth is al-amr, this is order. In English language we know that this is imperative. And fifth is an-nahi. An-nahi means prohibited. To do not to something. Please, example are given that al mudare kataba. Kataba means he wrote. Past tense, immediate past tense. Al mudare means this is present tense. Yaktubu, he write. Al mustaqbil means this is pure future tense. Attention please, dear brother and sister. Al-Madi, Al-Mudari, Al-Mustaqbil. Mustaqbil means pure future tense. Sayaktubu, he will must write. He will must write. Fourth is Al-Amar. The example is Al-Amar is Uktub. Uktub means to do order. To do order. To write. Order to write. Uktub. Write. W-R-I-T-E. Write. An-Nahi. An-Nahi means prohibited. To do not to something. La taktub, not write, not write. This is verb. I repeat also that fail is 5 type totally. Al madi, this is past tense. Al mudari, this is present tense. Al mustaqbil, this is pure future tense. Al amar, this is imperative or order. And fifth is an nahi, this is prohibition or prohibited. Third number kalima is particle. We are confined now in kalima. Third number kalima or word is particle. We know that in English language there are some type of word which have no its own meaning, such like preposition, conjunction, interjection. There is no any individual meaning of its own, but when it's used in sentence, they will show individual meaning. In Arabic language, this is particle. Harf. Particle means harf. 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 Fi. Fi means in. Fi means in. Ila. Ila means to. Means from. Be. Li. Wow. This is particle. There are various particle in Arabic grammar. I will try to discuss later, inshallah. Just introduction of kalima. Kalima, three parts: noun, verb, and particle. Noun in Arabic language is isim, verb in fi'il, and particle harf. Second part of kalam or species murakkab. Murakkab means compound. There are two type of compound in Arabic grammar: complete and incomplete. Complete in tamma and incomplete in naqis. Al baitu kabir. Al baitu. Bait means house, home. Al baitu, this indicate the house. Kabir, big. Al baitu kabir, the house is big. This is complete. This is complete. But attention please, this sentence. Qalamul mudarris. Qalam means pen. Al mudarris means teacher. This column, this is not in prefix al, so this is not definite. Hence this is not definite. Which teacher's pen we not know, we cannot know which teacher's pen, so this is incomplete. Murakkab, I also repeat that murakkab is two type: complete and incomplete. Complete is they are indicate to definite, and incomplete means there is no definite indicate. Okay, dear brother and sister, please attention the next slide. Here given also al kalima. We know that kalima has its three parts: noun, this is isim; verb, this is fi'il; and third is particle. Particle in Arabic language harf. We already discussed about isim. We know that in English language noun and pronoun are different, but in Arabic language noun and pronoun are not different. Same. All noun and pronoun are isim. Noun, kitabun, this is book. Sayyaratun, this is car. Sayyaratun means car. Shajaratun means tree. There are various examples are given. You will try to must to read repeatedly. This is nouns. This is pronoun. Ana. Ana means I. In English language, I means on self. In Arabic language, I in ana, anta. Anta means you. Angti. Anta is male gender, but angti is female gender. Hua, this is male gender, he. Here, this is female gender, she. Hada, this. Hadihi. Hada is male and hazihi is female. Alladhi, ho. Allati, ho. This is male and this is female. All noun and pronoun in Arabic language are isim. Second is fail. We already discussed about this madi. This is past tense, mudare, present tense, amar, command or imperative, and nahi means prohibited. And another type already we discussed. This is mustaqbal, pure future tense. Third is particle. I already discussed about which have no any individual meaning externally, but when used in sentence, they will show definite meaning. This may be preposition, article, conjunction, international, and other word. This may be two type, non-causative and causative. I will try next, inshallah, what is causative and what is non-causative. Please, example, note that a, hal, wa, fa, summa, ma, la, naam, ya, law. Sa, saufa, causative. Fi, ila, min, bi, li, inna, anna, kai, lan, in, lam. This is our example of article. I hope that, dear brother and sister, you must really understand this type of kalema. Important term. If you miss it, you will never understand in Arabic grammar. So, please attention this word. This word very important for to understand Arabic grammar. First is Dhamma state of noun. I will discuss what is Dhamma. Dhamma state of noun is Rafa'a. Dhamma means pesh. This is pesh. Dhamma means pesh. In English language, there are five vowel I, E, I, O, U. We know that the spelling of U, such like an example. If I can give you put, P-U-T here, put. The spelling of put, just like pesh, pesh. This dhamma, and second is fatha state of noun. Noun is rafa'a, but dhamma is pesh. When dhamma state of noun, this is called rafa'a. Please attention here, otherwise you will not understand. I again repeat this word. Noun is rafa'a, but dhamma is pesh. Dhamma is pesh. This is vowel, like in English language. Dhamma is pesh. When dhamma is state of noun, this noun is called rafa'a. Rafa'a. Fatha is state of noun. Fatha means jabr. This is in English language vowel, first vowel A. Fatha is state of noun. Noun is nasab, and this jabr is called fatha. Kasra is state of noun. Kasra is jer. The noun is jar. Dhamma state of noun is rafa. Fatha state of noun is nasab. Kasra state of noun is jar. Fourth is jazam. We know that jazam. What is jazam? What is sukun? I hope that this is need not to discuss about jazam. Please attention. The fifth number term is nominative case of noun. Please note dhamma state of noun is rafa. Dhamma state of noun is rafa. Nominative case of noun. From rafa, this is marfu'. When it is nominative case, the rafa is called marfu'. From rafa, here prefix is mim. Jabr ma, marfu'. Rafa to marfu'. This is nominative case of noun. So dhamma state of noun is rafa. When this rafa in nominative case, this is marfu'. Accusative case, this is mansub, from nasab to mansub. Fatha state. Fatha state means jabar, dhamma state means pesh, and kasra state means jer. Nominative case of noun is marfu, from rafa to marfu, and accusative case of noun nasab to mansub, and genitive case of noun is majrur. I hope that you already understand that in nominative case there must be used in pesh, and accusative case of noun this mansub nasab, so this is fatha, and third is genitive case of noun, this is majrur, so here use kasra, that means jer. I hope please read this 10 times after this class, and please right side look, this is masculine. We know that in English language masculine gender means male gender. In Arabic language this is called muzakkar. Second is feminine. Feminine means female. In Arabic language this is muannas, and we know that in English language there are two type of number, singular number and plural number. Single, this is singular. Other than single, this is plural. That may be 2, 3, 4, and other 10, 12, etc. This is number. In English there are two type of number. First is singular number, and second is plural number. But in Arabic language there are three type of number. First is singular number, second is dual number, third is plural number. In English language dual number is absence, but in Arabic language this is discussed individually. Singular means single, this in Arabic mufrad. Dual means two, this is musanna. Mufrad, musanna, and plural is jama'a, jam'un. Singular mufrad, dual, musanna, and third is jama'a. This is very important. This slide is very important to understand in Arabic language, Arabic grammar. Please, I requested to you that read this term at least 10 times, otherwise this is not possible to understand Arabic grammar. Okay,